Well, here we are again. Oh, down just a hair. Volume 24. I apologize. I wasn't here last week for you guys. I was on the Rhonda Shear show, which is good enough reason not to do this. Had a lot of fun. Keep an eye out for her Thanksgiving special. It airs tomorrow, November 22nd, Friday, right on YouTube, Kings of Horror. Type in Kings of Horror, Rhonda Shear Up All Night. It'll pop up. Her Halloween special is already there if you want to kind of check it out. And if you don't know who Rhonda Shear is, you should research that. Really cool lady. Back in the early 90s, she had a late night TV show where they would show B movies, not necessarily horror. It's more about just B movies in general, horror, sex comedies, sci-fi, just B movies. And she was always dressed in like cheerleader outfits and workout outfits, and she was smoking hot, man. And she got the audience that she deserved. So anyway, flash forward 30 something years later, she's brought it back, rebooted her show. Her studio looks almost just like the original. She's got the heart-shaped bed, everything. And I was fortunate enough to be on her show, which was really cool, along with friends Jessa Flux, Mel Heflin, John Brennan, Yuki. I can't say his full name, unfortunately. Mary Delgado. My friend Joe Davison directed it, and a bunch of other great people were a part of it. So check it out. Kings of Horror, Rhonda Shear, tomorrow. USA up all night. Anyway, let's get to the movies. All right, what do we got? So I didn't get to watch a whole lot. Like I said, I was really busy. Both with the Rhonda Shear thing. I'm about to go into Fredel and Ray's production, and then I'm putting together Die Delta Pi 2. So all that kind of came at once. So I did squeeze in a few movies. So here they are. So we got Santa Claus. Not Claus, Claus. And if you're not familiar with this movie, it's directed by John Russo, writer, producer of Night of the Living Dead. Maybe it was Bill Heinzman that directed this. I'm not sure. It's either Bill Heinzman or John Russo. Marilyn Eastman is it. The whole, minus George Romero, the whole Night of the Living Dead team is kind of part of this. And it's on a movie studio. It's a slasher on a movie studio at Christmas time. Really cheesy. A lot of nudity. I think that's what John Russo was trying to do. They were trying to at the time, this kind of stuff was popular. It's like, yeah, throw a bunch of naked chicks, getting killed. And that's what worked. That was the formula. Definitely comes off as super cheesy now. Debbie Rochon is in it, as well as, like I said, Marilyn Eastman and that Night of the Living Dead gang. So this is the 10th anniversary DVD release. So I'm sure it probably had a VHS release, and I think there's a Vinegar Syndrome release, Blu-ray. But I'm perfectly content with my DVD. There's Debbie Rochon right there. Nice little insert. Is there anything on the back? Oh, wow. So you get, nice little insert of Debbie, some nice scribbles, great holiday fun. So if you like cheesy, raunchy slashers, check out Santa Claus. It's a perfect time of year for it. I enjoyed it. I wouldn't say I visit it every year, but I throw this one in every once. So I hadn't watched this in a while, and that's why I revisited it. So that's Santa Claus. All right, so we're slowly getting into the Christmas stuff. I'm getting into the Christmas spirit. So I watched the remake of Black Christmas, the first remake, which stars Mary Elizabeth Winstead and Michelle Trachtenberg. Bunch of other. I think it's Carrie Fisher in this. No, I think it's something else. So the original was directed by Bob Clark. Whoa. Produced by James Wong. Oh, I'm thinking of James Wan. I was like, no way he got involved. Anyway, this is the remake of the original Black Christmas that Bob Clark made in 1974, I believe. So I like this one. They kind of changed the story up a little bit. I don't want to give too many spoilers about the killers. They definitely homage the first one. They did a lot of that stuff. It's, sorority girls, Christmas time, getting slashed up. And nice holiday fun. There's another remake after this that happened 2-3 years ago. Not a huge fan of that one. I won't get into that, but not my cup of tea. Will they remake this again in another 10 years? I don't know. First one's the best though. This is a lot of fun. If you want something a little more updated, you know, probably check this one out. But check out the original, man. Margot Kidder, Olivia Hussey, great cast, great kills. There's a very iconic kill in this movie. I don't want to give it away just in case you haven't seen it, but it's on T-shirts. When you see it, you'll know about it because it comes out of nowhere, and you're like, whoa, wasn't expecting that. But that is Black Christmas, which is also considered to have started the slasher genre, I believe. A lot of people say Halloween, and I wouldn't say it's the first slasher. I would say like Psycho, or maybe even some might argue that Blood Feast, were the first slashers. But I think Black Christmas kind of really got that going when in that forward trajectory when that was going down. But anyway, remake of Black Christmas, and this was actually done in 2007. So there you go. All right, next. Okay. We got Stand and Deliver and Lean on Me, double feature. I didn't watch Stand and Deliver. I've only seen Stand and Deliver one time. I need to revisit it. I don't know why I did. Something about this movie's never attracted me. I don't know if it's. I like Lou Diamond Phillips, but I don't know. I just thought the cover was kind of boring. Like I remember seeing it in the video stores back in the day, and it just kind of plain didn't do anything for me. Like I don't know. Like a friend told me about it. I was late to the party, maybe like 6 years ago. Check it out. It's a good movie. I don't know. Like I said, I need to revisit that one. But with that being said, we watched Lean on Me. So Lean on Me, still to this day, I hear the Lean on Me theme song playing on the radio. It was a popular song. Might even won an Academy Award or something. I mean, it gets played so often. Morgan Freeman, one of his best performances, if not his best. He plays a kind of a out-of-the-box principal that's trying to save East Side High, New Jersey. This school is bad, man. I mean, it is riddled with drug dealers, drugs, things I can't even say. It's an inner city. It's a troubled school, and they hire Morgan Freeman to come in and save the day. So what's really cool is they start the movie off in like the late 60s, and he's a teacher at the school, and he's doing a great job with the kids, and the school's all nice and clean, and it's kind of utopian-ish. And then they have a still shot, and then they fast forward to like the 80s, and the walls are all graffitied. The kids are beating people up. There's fights. There's girls fighting in the bathroom. There's drug deal sales. It's gross, man. And I remember when I went to school in the 90s, like it was kind of rough. I grew up in Miami, and it wasn't like that though. Like this was like you're going to get shot going to school, almost guaranteed type thing, which that's another story. But I don't know. It seems like nowadays kids aren't as hard as they used to be. I mean, it was, you had to be tough when I was going to school to some degree. You had to know how to defend yourself, and check out Lean on Me, man. Anyway, I don't want to give too much away in case you haven't seen it, but like I said, Morgan Freeman is hired to turn the school around, or else the state's going to come in and shut it down, and there's a whole big legal debacle with that going on. And great movie. I can watch this movie every couple of years. John G. Alvinson directed it, which I believe is the same director as Rocky. Let's verify that because I don't like giving you false facts. John G. Alvinson. Yes. Also directed Rocky. Lloyd Kaufman signed Rocky. He's in Rocky if you didn't know that. Had this handy. Anyway, Lean on Me. Check out Stand and Deliver too. Also good. There's a bunch of high school movies. The Principal with Belushi. James Belushi. That's a good one too, man. Dangerous Minds. Michelle Pfeiffer. Another film. That's a whole subgenre. It's like, we need to fix the high school movies. All right. Next up, we got The Big Sweat. So you can tell by the cover alone that this is nothing short of a masterpiece. It's called The Big Sweat. You got a girl in lingerie. You got two dudes in the background. There's a gun. The tagline is, how much heat can one man take? And so that's already a 9 right there. But to give it that one extra point, to really push it to the next level, it stars in a leading role, Robert Z'Dar. So 10 out of 10. So I watched this movie. It didn't even need to be anything. But it was a 10. Okay? Any movie, any hour-and-a-half movie that for 45 minutes of it is a car chase scene is a 10 out of 10 to me. So this movie really reminded me a lot of The Chase with Charlie Sheen. It almost felt like they ripped this one off. It's very, it's a cop chase movie, with a kind of a minimal plot. Robert Zadar in the leading role, the chin of Hollywood. I mean, what else do you need? I've never heard of this movie. I mean, they claim this is most noteworthy. Oh no, here we go. Robert Zadar gives his most animated, memorable performance ever. Are they just saying that? I don't know. It was a good performance. I mean, he had a lot of lines. He was the star of the show. Was it his best? I don't know. That could be debated, but I enjoyed this. The Big Sweat. I don't know if this is streaming or not. It looks like Dark Force put it out. And this came out in it's got to be 80s. 1990. 1990, okay. So that means it was made in 89. Anyway, I found this used. I don't know if it's streaming. I don't know if that's DVD or VHS. It probably has a VHS release. I don't know about the 4K either. I don't really get into those. But check out The Big Sweat. Okay, all right. Another fun one. Another new discovery. Halfway House. Okay? This was directed by Kenneth J. Hall. I'm not familiar with his work, but tell you what, I want to get into it. This movie is it felt Lovecraftian a little bit. There was like some nods to Pit and the Pendulum, some Women in Prison movie nods, a lot of nudity, a lot of ridiculous, humor, just ridiculousness. And it also stars, oh man, what's this lady? She's in a bunch of Mary Warnoff. She is a nun in this movie. And she's awesome in it. It almost feels like it could have been a Full Moon production, but it isn't. It's an indie production. A lot of TNA. I mean, here we go. 70s exploitation meets 80s splatter. You won't be able to think about the Virgin Mary again without thinking of Vaseline. I mean, that says it all right there. I don't want to give too much away about this because I went into this one totally blind. I think you should too. Again, I don't know if it's streaming, and if it is, God help you. I mean, shower scenes, ridiculous monsters, Mary Warnoff. I mean, what else do you need? And this is Halfway House. Okay, let's see. No insert, but you got a nice little, disc art. I appreciate the disc art too. Special features. I didn't watch any. I need to do that. But you got Discipline and Sacrifice. A look back at Halfway House. I'm gonna probably check it out today. Cleve Hall, The Monster Kid to Monster Man. Archival making of Insecto Circus. Halfway to Hell music video. Oh wow. I'll have to watch these, man. This was a Intervision release, I think originally, and then Severin put it out. I don't know if they teamed up or whatever. And this is a 2004 movie. So early 2000s exploitation, I mean, compared to now, is great. But, you get into the 2000s, it starts to kind of get muddled. And hey, I'm part of 2000s exploitation, but it seems like now it's getting even slimmer. I think it's like me and like 3 other guys that are even attempting to make anything like that, which is sad. But it's unfortunately a dying genre, man. It's just I think there's not much need for it for the younger audience. They get that kind of entertainment elsewhere, just for free, logging into, social media. I don't know, but I enjoy these movies. That's why I make them. And that's Halfway House. So, like I said, we got the Ron Shear coming up. Ron Shear show up all night on November 22nd, tomorrow. I think it's at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you check that out. I'm going to be watching it. Where is it? Saturday. It's November 22nd. Pardon me. I don't know if that's Friday or Saturday, but November 22nd, 10 p.m. for sure. YouTube, Kings of Horror. Right after that, I roll into Jacko 2 with Fred Olen Ray. We shoot that for a week. Got everything nailed down, so that's going to be an interesting time. And then shortly after that, I roll into Die Die Delta Pi 2, the burnt one. I can't believe it's happening. It's been hard putting that one together. We've been trying to do that sequel for years, and just things fell off. There's even 2 other scripts that were created for this movie that just kind of fizzled out. But this is an all new script, all new story. I'm excited about it. We got a great brand new cast. Not too many repeats. I wanted a new cast for this one because that's how the first one was. I had a lot of newcomers, and that's how I wanted to design this one. With that being said, you still got Sushi and Bob Glazer in there. I can't make a movie without them. So, they'll be back. as long as they keep coming back. So anyway, that's it for today. I'll probably have more Christmas stuff next week because I'm slowly getting into that. Maybe a couple Thanksgiving movies. And we'll see you later.